Hello, I'm Andrew, and this is my Series 3 of the weekly podcasts 50 Ways to Succeed at Work. These podcasts build confidence and know-how. Consequently, they can help you achieve happiness at work. By the way, that's also the title of my book, available at Amazon and from the book's website, My Happiness at Work. Now for today's episode in Series 3. This is episode 36 in Series 3, 50 Ways to Succeed at Work. Today's episode is Ball Juggler, unraveling the paradox of multitasking. This morning, Jess is finalizing a report for his manager. He also answers a flood of calls from needy colleagues, prepares for a team session this afternoon, and jots down some notes for next week's client presentation. Due to his diligent approach, Jess completes all of these tasks within the deadlines on his current to-do list. Which activities do you guess Jess does well, and which falls just short of the standard he likes to achieve? Yeah, you're right. Though all done in time, none quite reaches the quality of which he's capable. In a work environment like Jess's, there's considerable pressure to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously, from managing projects to responding to emails, attending meetings and handling client requests. It often feels like he's working to keep several balls in the air. This skill is a critical factor in his success at work. But how crucial is it to be a skilled ball juggler? Consider that question for your work. Even if you do learn to juggle many things, will it enhance or damage your work career? Multitasking holds a paradox at its heart. The more tasks you manage simultaneously, the more productive you theoretically become. Juggling seems vital in today's complex and constantly changing, fast-paced world. But there's solid evidence that doing several things simultaneously or switching back and forth produces poor results. Our brains are more designed to focus on one thing at a time. You're not just doing one task when you attempt to juggle several balls, you're orchestrating a symphony of responsibilities. This demands high adaptability, allowing you to respond to tight deadlines, urgent requests, and sudden changes. Let's look at the myth of multitasking. When we multitask, our brain switches rapidly between tasks. This constant switching increases brain strain, making it harder to focus intensely on any one task. Consequently, our work quality may suffer. Juggling several tasks simultaneously divides our attention. It leads to a shallower understanding and reduced creativity. We become reactive, responding to urgent requests rather than proactively solving problems. Another concern with being a ball juggler at work is that you're more liable to make errors. Whether typos or missteps in projects, our brains struggle to maintain accuracy when juggling multiple tasks. Constantly shifting gears can be mentally exhausting. Over time, this stress can lead to burnout and decreased well-being. Each time we switch tasks, we pay a cognitive price for refocusing. These switching costs add up and damage overall performance. What about solving the paradox? Lyndon B. Johnson, the 36th President of the United States, dismissed his rival Gerald Ford's inability to multitask as someone unable to walk and chew gum at the same time. Ford later became the US President. The challenges of multitasking means it's essential to learn to balance. Some low-level tasks lend themselves well to multitasking, such as listening to music or chewing gum while walking. Other tasks, though, require a dedicated focus, especially if you want to do them well. To unravel the paradox of multitasking, it's best to block out chunks of time rather than attempt to do them in combination with others. Or you can divide tasks into particular ones that can be manipulated to navigate this paradox effectively. Ball juggling at work promises increased productivity and efficiency, akin to orchestrating a symphony of responsibilities. However, the reality is more complex than this idealized vision. Solving the paradox is not about doing more tasks simultaneously. It's about doing the right ones with intention and focus. Here are some tips for aspiring jugglers. Research in the mid-1990s found that even when people had to switch entirely predictably between two tasks, they were still slower on task switch than task repeat trials. Aim to reduce your cognitive load. Frequent context switching increases cognitive strain, making it harder to focus intensely on any task. Work may consequently suffer. Group similar tasks together. For instance, if you need to make phone calls, do them consecutively rather than interspersed throughout the day. Fight attention fragmentation, since ball juggling divides your attention. It leads to shallower understanding and reduced creativity. You may be pushed into becoming solely reactive, and your response to urgent requests may default to proactively solving problems. Reduce the cognitive load to avoid strain from constant context switching. Whether email typos or project missteps, our brains struggle to maintain accuracy when attempting multiple tasks. Watch out for signs of stress and burnout from constantly shifting gears. Ball juggling requires concentration and can be mentally exhausting. Over time, this stress can decrease your well-being. And don't ignore task switching costs. Every time you switch from one task to another, there's a cognitive cost associated with refocusing. This switching cost adds up, impacting overall productivity. Ball juggling forces you to prioritize. You must learn to allocate time wisely and ensure that no ball drops. Create a to-do list and choose tasks based on urgency and importance, and focus on high-priority items first. With the relentless demands to juggle many balls in the air, try mindfulness as a way to help you stay present in the moment. While some tasks lend themselves to multitasking, others require dedicated focus. Prioritizing, time blocking, and single tasking can help navigate this paradox more effectively. These varied techniques show why it's essential to strike a balance. The golden rule about handling multitasking challenges is not about doing more tasks simultaneously. It's about doing the right ones with intention and focus. And my final thoughts on this? Being a ball juggler isn't about circus tricks. It's about unraveling the paradox of multitasking. Embrace juggling to demonstrate your capability, adaptability, and efficiency. And remember, it's not about how many balls you juggle, but how well you keep them in motion. You've been listening to an episode of Series 3 of my weekly podcast, 50 Ways to Succeed at Work. You can hear the other podcasts at the 50ways.site. That's 50.site. There are nearly 100 titles, and you can search for any issue that interests you. If you have any questions, you can always drop me a line from there. Also, check out my book, Happiness at Work. It's packed with great stories, compelling advice, and suggestions for tackling real issues that you can encounter at work. It's at Amazon or at the book's website, myhappinessatwork.com. There's also an audio version if you prefer listening. Join me next week for another unmissable episode in Series 3. Bye for now.